how's it going? Have you settled in at Suibian Temple?
Yeah, it's nice and quiet. Perfect for some rest and relaxation.
I'm glad to hear that. But speaking of quiet, I should probably give you a heads up. It might get a little noisy around here over the next few days.
Oh? How come? Are we expecting guests or something?
Not guests. A construction crew. Renovating the temple is a big job. There's no way we could handle it all by ourselves. So I contacted a company from the city to help us out. I did a ton of research beforehand and decided to hire a company with a great reputation called Bellabog Industries. They're fast, efficient, and professional, so hopefully it shouldn't be too much of a disruption for us.
Bellabog Industries! That means...
Huh? What's the matter? Is there something wrong with that company?
Nope, they're solid. You picked a great company.
Huh, that's funny. Their project manager said the exact same thing earlier. Actually, let me introduce you. He's right over...
Whoa, 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 whoa! Belle? What are the odds? So what are you doing here? Business trip? Sightseeing? And what's with the outfit? You totally look like a tourist. Are you staying at their guest house? And, where's Wise, by the way?
Wait, Anton? That's a lot of questions all at once.
Oh, my bad. I got a little excited there. Just didn't expect to bump into you like this after arriving on Wi-Fi.
This is Anton from Bellabog Industries. Though, from the looks of it, you two already know each other?
Of course! We go way back! Wait, you know each other too?
Yeah! Belle is my junior.
Junior? Is that some kind of guest house role-playing thing?
Nope. I'm actually training here to become a mystic. Wise is here too.
Whoa, for real? Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of fun. Ah, well, you focus on your training then and leave the construction stuff to us.
All right, we'll leave the temple to you then.
You got it! Trust me, we'll get the job done without disturbing your training one bit. Oh, my crew's calling. I better run. Catch you later!
Folks from Bellabog Industries sure have a lot of energy. They showed up super early this morning and haven't even stopped for tea.
They've always been super enthusiastic, especially Anton.
In that case, I guess I've got nothing to worry about on the construction side. I'll just focus on keeping tea and snacks stocked up for them.
Yixuan Shifu, this is my father. I brought him here as soon as he got back to Waifei Peninsula. I dare say that there's no one in Waifei who knows more about the Tidelfaire than my dad. If you've got any questions, ask away.
I look forward to hearing your insights, Mr. Moi. I wanted to ask about the sigil on this Skyletter.
Ah, you must be Yixuan Shifu, right? Sorry, you're asking the wrong person here. I don't know anything about Skyletters and whatnot. I just heard that after 11 years, Suibian Temple had mystics again and figured I'd come have a look.
Is that so? Tell me, what are your initial impressions?
It's not the same. Not the same at all.
Not the same? What are you talking about?
The Tidelfaire. It's just a distant memory to me now. I'm old and don't remember what happened 11 years ago. You should ask someone else.
Wait, what's going on, Dad? That's not what you said at home. You used to go on about the Tidelfaire all the time.
Did I? I don't remember that.
What do you mean? We even have the Skyletter my brother left behind.
I said I don't remember.
No need to be upset, sir. Whether you remember or not, it's all part of Suibian Temple's fate. We won't force it.
Well, I've seen all that I needed to. Let's go home.
Come on, Dad. Sorry. I didn't know he was gonna be like this. Maybe he's just in a bad mood today. Let me take him home for now. I'll contact you again if I find anything useful.
Looks like the Skyletter sigil lead isn't working out so well.
That's fine. We could always head back to Yunquay Summit and go through the older books. I'm sure we'll find something.
Oh, about what Old Moore said. What did he mean by not the same?
He's probably comparing me to the previous owner of the temple. I never met her myself, but I've always been curious about the founder of Suibian Temple and the Tidelfaire. I'll tell you more about her some other time. As for that gentleman, he came to judge for himself whether Suibian Temple is worthy of continuing the Tidelfaire. All we can do now is try our best and wait for fate to bring him around again.
Don't worry. We're all doing our best here.
And I couldn't ask for more than that. Let us treat this challenge as part of our training as well. Not just yours, but mine too.
I'm very sorry, Yixuan Shifu. My dad still won't talk to me about the Skyletter.
No need to apologize. I should be thanking you for trying to help. But this isn't something we can force. The Tidelfaire was created to lift people's spirits, to bring hope to the community. If it starts causing strife between a father and son, wouldn't that defeat the whole purpose?
My dad used to love the Tidelfaire. He'd bring the whole family along. To be honest, I didn't think much of it at the time. But after hearing him talk about it so much, I've started to see it differently. Now look at us. I'm the devoted one, and he's the one who's turned away from it.
Was the Tidelfaire always so popular?
Maybe this is a good time to share what I know about the Tidelfaire. The founder of Suibian Temple started traveling the world after leaving Waifei and hasn't returned to Yunquay Summit since. I've only learned bits and pieces from records that were left behind. Decades ago, mystics from Yunquay Summit first arrived in Waifei. Back then, the ether currents around the hollows were even more violent than they are now. Families were torn apart. People lost loved ones to the hollows, never to hear from them again. So a mystic created a special kind of paper bird called a Skyletter. She had the people of Waifei write messages inside them, words of longing or prayers for family and friends. And then the mystic, armed only with her sword, carried a basket full of Skyletters into the hollow and released them with a spell. The thoughts and prayers of Waifei were scattered across the hollow, and strangely enough, the violent tides around the hollow began to calm after that.
I can take the story from here. Afterward, the mystics settled down here and built Suibian Temple. People kept releasing Skyletters, and the ritual became an annual tradition, the Tidelfaire. Nowadays, people still write Skyletter messages for loved ones lost in the hollow, or blessings for those about to enter it. Then, a mystic at Suibian Temple performs a spell to send the Skyletters flying into the hollow on their own. But we never knew the name of that mystic. Everyone just called her the Suibian Temple Shifu. Over time, the name stuck, and people just started calling her Sui Shifu.
Yunquay Summit does have her name on record, but it's possible she just made it up, too. I wouldn't be surprised if she's using a different name now, off wandering who knows where. In any case, I'll find another way to investigate the Skyletter. Whether I succeed or not will depend on fate.
I believe in my dad. I don't know why he's not talking, but I'm sure he'll come around. This is what everyone in Waifei wants, and what my brother would want too.
Your brother?
Yeah, I had an older brother. He loved the Tidelfaire. But 11 years ago, forget it. Doesn't really matter now. Anyway, I'll stop bothering you. It's about time for me to head back.
It was just a single sigil. But somehow, it's gotten a lot more complicated.
You think so? Personally, I feel like we're getting closer to the truth. But don't let it weigh on you. Just focus on what's in front of us. It will be up to fate whether it works out in the end.
No chance, Vincent. Thank you.
Do you think I'm dumb?
No matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran, indestructible as you come.
Thanks to you, it looks like the Tidelfaire can finally happen again.
Oh, don't say that. This is nothing compared to what you've done to help me. Besides, this was always meant to be at Suibian Temple. It was just... I couldn't bring myself to face it until now. Oh, you're here too. Thanks again for everything you did to rescue Ping.
You're welcome. We were glad to help.
I came today to give you this Skyletter. It belonged to Jen, Ping's older brother.
Ping's older brother. I think I remember you two mentioning him before.
11 years ago, just before the Tidelfaire, Jen had already picked up his Skyletter and written his blessing on it. He was just waiting for the day to take it to Suibian Temple. But then, the unexpected happened. He never came back from the Hollow. This Skyletter was all he left behind. And every time I open it and see the words, "May my family be safe," it just hits me all over again. So I went to Suibian Temple, thinking that I had to send off the Skyletter. It was his last wish. But when I got there, I was told that Yunquay's summit was pulling out of Waifei, and the Tidelfaire wouldn't be held again. No matter how many doors I knocked on and how hard I pleaded, all I could do was watch Suibian Temple grow emptier by the day. I waited for years. And over time, I gave up.
11 years ago. So it was then.
I could never let go of this regret. But I know the Tidelfaire was something Yunquay Summit organized out of their own goodwill, and that I shouldn't be blaming the mystics. I kept that bitterness bottled up all these years, until you all came back. I was happy when I first heard the temple was reopening, but then it just felt unfair. Why now? I had waited at Suibian Temple every day back then, and no one ever came. And now it just happens? Why is it that Jen never got to... I'm just glad you're here now. If it weren't for your help, Ping might have ended up just like his brother.
I'll take care of the Skyletter personally. Don't worry, I understand what it means to you. I'll handle it carefully. Once I've thoroughly examined the sigil inside, I'll return it to you safely. It will be your decision whether to keep it for memory's sake or to send it flying.
I see. All right, that's more than I could ask for. Thank you. I'll be heading back now.
Please, take care.
So the Skyletter old Moor brought belonged to his son, who had passed away years ago.
This Skyletter is invaluable, both to him and Suibian Temple. It carries the weight of a loved one's final wish, and through it, I can catch a glimpse of the legacy left behind over a decade ago. I must thank you and Fufu. The Skyletter is still trivial when compared to saving a life. We're lucky to have you here at Suibian Temple.
This must have been fate's plan all along.
Well said. You're quite perceptive. After seeing my disciples work so hard, I suppose I'd better stop slacking off myself. It's time I focused on making the Skyletters. This time, we'll make enough for everyone in all of Wi-Fi Peninsula, so no one will be left with any regrets.